Watching FanDuel Sports Network, the home of the Marlins and Heat.
After 4 games in a row on the road, the Heat are back in Miami, and tonight take on Charlotte in an NBA Cup game inside the Kaseya Center. Miami Heat basketball on FanDuel Sports Network, presented by Carnival Cruise Line. Heat lost 3 of 4 on their recent road trip. They return home tonight to play without their captain for the short term. We always hope you enjoy every bouncing basket right along with us. Make your way into the Heat's house. And hello to Heat Nation. Great to be back at home. Great to be back with you and to be alongside the point guard, John Crotty, as always. I'm Eric Reed. You know, the Heat haven't played here at home since 9 nights ago when they beat this same Charlotte team by 27 points. They did go 1-3 on the recent 4-game Western Conference road trip. The last game on that trip was Wednesday night against Denver. Turned out to be a 10-point loss in a game the Heat lost more than just the contest. Right there, the collision there between Cam Johnson and Bam Adebayo, it looked harmless, but it was harmful. Watch Bam's left foot. It twists, and he immediately felt some discomfort. A couple seconds later, with 3:48 left in the first quarter, he took himself out of the game. I don't ever recall that happening before. The jam of the left foot, pressure on the front of that foot, took himself out with 3:48 left in the first quarter, and you'll see it. He walked right off the court, did not return. The good news is this: the MRI yesterday revealed a sprained big toe. He's out for tonight, listed as day-to-day. Keep in mind, the Heat still without Hero. You see the numbers. Miami will miss more than just the numbers when they're without him. And I'll tell you the truth, they got to rebound the ball a lot better without Bam than they did in December. John Khalil Ware off the bench in the last 2, back as a starter at center tonight. Big shoes to fill.
Yeah, important for Khalil to get off to a good start. His 6th start here of the season, and he needs to play with great energy and great motor here tonight. Be a lob threat, dive into that basket, stretch the floor beyond the arc. He shot it well out there, 41%, and be a shot blocking threat, anchoring the defense, filling some of those gaps on that side of the ball.
Now tonight, the first of our NBA Cup games, and to refresh your memory, all 30 NBA teams are placed in 6 different 5-team groups between October 31st and the 28th of November. Each team will play 4 group games, and then 8 teams will in total will advance to the knockout rounds. The group winners, the 6 group winners, and 2 wildcard teams, 1 in each conference. Miami and Charlotte, obviously, in that same group, Group C in the East. Tonight's a big game for both of them. You know, these teams played 9 nights ago. The Heat scored 144 against Charlotte without Norman Powell. John, cut up what the Heat did well in that game.
Yeah, let's talk about that. I thought first and foremost, excellent ball movement. Great spacing, great drive and kick activity. Miami had 34 assists. Really got some quality looks as a result of that unselfish attitude and ball movement. Next, had tremendous offensive balance. 7 different players in double figures. This really made it challenging for the Hornets to really double team any one player, try to take away any one action. And lastly, it was a 3-point barrage. 20 made threes, season high for Miami, spreading the floor out, making it really tough to defend.
And the key player profile was the best player in that first Miami-Charlotte matchup. Jaime Jaquez Jr. He had a game-high 28 points, went 9 of 14 from the field. All 8 of his free throws were good, 5 assists and 4 boards. Just a slice of the outstanding start to his 3rd NBA season, an encouraging element to the Heat start here in season 38. Heat and Hornets NBA Cup game is next here on FanDuel.
Welcome back to Miami Heat basketball, joined now by Jaime Jaquez Jr. Jaime, you guys are facing the Hornets for the 2nd time, but this time without Bam. What adjustment does your team have to make in his absence?
We got to rebound. We got to control the rebounding game, get out and run, and just play our game. You know, next man up mentality is what we got to have tonight.
Last time you guys faced them, you posted 144 points as a team. What do you guys need to do offensively to have a similar outcome?
Just play our game. We got to just continue to get out in transition. It starts on the defensive end, getting stops and pushing the pace. And again, rebounding. Rebounding is our biggest thing right now.
Jaime, thanks so much for the time. Good luck.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Keep it right here on FanDuel Sports Network. When we return, Miami Heat, Charlotte Hornets. It's a cup game. We got starting lineups next.
Let's go. That's right, Heat Nation. It's time to bring the noise right now. It's time to put...
Early Thursday morning after the road trip ended in Denver, and Eric Spoelstra came home to a house that was on fire. You know that story by now. The Heat put that statement out, and they have certainly been with their head coach, who has gone through an unimaginable time. Coach Spo, with his kids, talked about the fire that took his home.
Just want to thank everybody, for this overwhelming support. The South Florida community has just been absolutely remarkable. People reaching out, wanting to help. It's obviously been something that's uniquely challenging for our family, but Spoelstras are resilient, right? Right, buddy? Yeah. And I'm just appreciative to the Heat family. Pat, Mickey, Nick, Andy, everybody reached out.
That is a very strong-willed man, Eric Spoelstra. He said, you can get over the loss of material things. He's just grateful he and his family are okay, and he's inspired by the inspiration of the human spirit. Our officials tonight are James Williams, Jason Goldenberg, and Matt Myers. Our Miami Heat NBA Cup game against Charlotte. Off we go on this NBA adventure. By the way, heavy hearts with Eric Spoelstra. We're all there for him and his family. Norman Powell, kaboom! I'm sure his team would like to lift their coach's spirits.
Oh, yeah, no question. Horrible situation for Spo, coming back late as we all did there, and what a shock, and everyone trying to support him.
Oh, man, throwing the lob for Kalkbrenner, and that man doesn't miss. He's shooting 83% from the field this year. He's made 35 of his 42 shots. It's hard to imagine the rookie's been that efficient. He has been.
It's amazing at over 7 feet. What a great addition he's been to their team in that center spot. Also an excellent shot blocker, and really provides good rebounding as well inside. Really knows his role and executes it well.
John, Eric Spoelstra told the media before the game that Pat Riley and Mickey and Nick Harrison and Andy Ellisberg, they all came to him with their hearts and said, hey, if you need a few days off to get yourself together, we understand. Spo said he appreciates coming back and getting into the routine of his career and his business. Wiggins triples. A couple of early threes for Miami's wingmen, Powell and Wiggins, and the Heat off to a 6-2 start.
Remember, they had a season-high 20 made threes against this Hornets team when they met earlier this season.
On an active and engaged Khalil Ware does Miami tonight, and so far, so good. Davion trying to drive on Con Knippel, the rookie from Duke. Well done.
Really hard drive. Getting inside. He's low to the ground, uses that shoulder well on the crossover to hold Knippel off.
Heat have made their first 3 shots. That's a pretty finish for the rookie Sion James, a bullish 6'5", 220. Played 4 years of college basketball at Tulane, then his 5th year senior season at Duke.
He's got some real size and ability to get inside with athleticism using that left hand. Get to the line for an extra one.
Wiggins picks up the foul for Sion James, a 2nd-round pick last June. He was the 33rd pick in the draft. Johnny, he's shooting 62% from the field. He is number 2 in the NBA in three-point percentage. Sion James shooting 70% from downtown this year. A three-point play for him. Powell driving and finishing. The Heat have been perfect offensively so far. 4 for their first 4.
His ability to shoot the ball with range really opens up the drive for Norman Powell.
Well, Knippel had the layup taken away by Ware, and that's a charge on Sion James, and it's Davion Mitchell through his body into harm's way.
Stepping across, filling the gaps. Heat are going to need to do a lot of that, especially with Bam Adebayo out tonight. Mitchell coming over from the weak side of the floor, and Sion James there taking off and not going straight up and down. Previously to that, Norman Powell attacking off the dribble and being able to finish. at that rim.
5-point Heat lead. By the way, Pelle Larsson was under the weather today. He was a game-time decision, and how about that? He triples. So 3 different Heat players have already tripled. The Heat have hit their first 5 shots. Remember 9 nights ago, they put up 144 points on Charlotte. They are off to a lightning quick start on offense. Larsson with a pot of gold at the end of that rainbow. On FanDuel Sports Network by your local South Florida Genesis retailer. By Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm and proud sponsor of the Miami Heat. And by Vicky Bakery, your favorite bakery since 1972. Well, the Heat and the Hornets, NBA Cup action, and Miami off to a very nice start, John.
Yeah, I love the way they're attacking, spreading the floor. Norman Powell setting the tone early. Wiggs right behind him. Nothing but net. Norman countering when they overplay him. Getting the ball down onto the floor, and then Pelle Larsson finishing. So good start by Miami on the offensive end. Want to see them lock in. They're extending their defense now, trying to set that disposition.
Yeah, full court pressure defense. Charlotte had trouble with their first inbounds. This is Trey Mann, the 5th-year man out of the University of Florida. Tonight, his first start this year, the 60th of his 5-season NBA career. Miles Bridges, the running one-hander, is short. The rebound of Norman Powell of Miami. Wiggins spins ahead with the Heat up 8. Miami's made their first 5 shots, 3 of them from downtown. Davion Mitchell against the rookie Con Knipple, crossing over, finding Kalel. Kaboom! Do you believe this? 4 early threes and 6 for 6 shooting for the scorching Heat, who are up 11.
Love the fact that Ware knocking down that first one really pulls the shot blocker away from the basket going forward.
Sion James, 3 bounces off, and it's tapped back in by that 23-year-old rookie out of Creighton, the 7'1" center, Ryan Kalkbrenner.
Yeah, he is just always seems to be in the right position. Khalil Ware's got to do his work earlier to block him out.
Kalel missing the Heat's first shot of the game on their 7th attempt, but you could see Ware trying to draw Kalkbrenner away from the basket. Knipple over Ware. Well, Con Knipple, the 6'6" rookie out of Duke, the 4th pick last June. He's averaging 15 points a game.
Yeah.
Powell, 3 and a foul.
Norman Powell coming out of the gates on fire. Perfect 3 for 3. He's got 8 points with 2 triples in there, but another pull up here out with range. And Trey Mann late on the closeout, getting to the legs, and one opportunity for the rare 4-pointer. And Norman Powell saying, hey man, I might need to take a look at that and see if that's a flagrant one getting into my feet.
Interesting. John, the Heat have been the highest scoring first quarter team in the NBA this season, and Norman Powell has been one of the top first quarter scorers in the league this year, behind only Luka Doncic and tied with Jalen Brunson, averaging 10 first quarter points per game. There's a stop and play, and
they are going to review that.
They are going to review this.
And Coach Lee not happy with it, but they have the option any time to review for a flagrant foul here.
Review for a potential flagrant foul.
Well, Jen, you were right on top of that.
So on the closeout, does the defense give Norman Powell area to land? And the answer is very quickly no. Trey Mann hits the ground right where Norman Powell's foot lands, and he lands on top. That's a really dangerous situation that can result in a sprained ankle for Norman Powell, and that's what the spirit of that rule is, the flagrant one. So it should be a one shot here for Norman, and then a side out opportunity for Miami to gain yet another possession.
Well, John, the Heat find themselves in this game, and this is game number 9 of the season without their leading scorer from last year, Tyler Hero, without their captain, Bam Adebayo, and with a coach that has been through all kinds of tumult in the last 24 to 36 hours. And John, they've come out and they have hit the ground running. What an impressive start this has been for a very aggressive Heat team on both ends.
It really is. It just shows the mental toughness, the resilience that they have.
All right, the crew chief tonight is James Williams.
After review, it has been determined that the defender goes into the shooter's landing area recklessly. The shooter lands on his foot. There is potential for injury. The ruling on the floor of a common foul has been upgraded to a flagrant foul penalty 1. Because the basket was successful, Norman Powell gets 2 free throws to make 1. By rule, he can only score 4 points on this play. It'll be Miami ball, side out.
Nice sequence for the Heat. The poor closeout by Trey Mann, and you'll see it again, John. It's a good rule that the NBA put in. You've got to give a player room to land. And how about Norman Powell? What a start to the game. What a start to his first season in Miami.
It's just great concentration, too. When you feel a guy getting that close to you like that as a shooter, to be able to stay with it and know that, look, I may come down and sprain my ankle to maintain your focus and follow through. That takes serious discipline there. Norman Powell making it look easy with the conversion of the 4-point play. He's off to a great start. That's 9 points already for Norman Powell.
And the Heat's second 11-point lead of this first quarter. They haven't even got to the 4-minute mark yet, and the Heat already have 20 points on the board. This is a Heat team that's averaging 122 again. 4th highest scoring team in the NBA. Powell, another 3. This one rims out. Miles Bridges comes down with a rebound. Heat have hit 5 of their first 7 from 3. Trey Mann. And he will get to the stripe. This is going to be the Heat's 3rd team foul of the quarter. And it's going to go on Kel'el Ware. And, John, important for him to be aggressive, but stay out of foul trouble tonight.
He's going to need to play some serious minutes again with Bam out. You're exactly right. He's got to be thoughtful about picking up those fouls. You know, the biggest challenge for Kel'el Ware is playing with energy and keeping his motor going, where he plays at a high level of intensity. He doesn't get caught out of position. When he gets caught out of position, plays like this will happen, where he picks up those kind of fouls.
Hey, let's slip in a quick word from Bacardi.
You fall in love, sing boom, the sky up above.
Pelle Larsson, and in that starting lineup again tonight, his 6th consecutive start. And his energy has been infectious. Mitchell lobbing it back to Larsson with 7 on the shot clock. To the paint. Hard drive drops for Pelle Larsson.
Boy, uses the backboard there, which was really a smart play. You have more room for error and margin there if you go off the glass on the move over top of Trey Mann.
They've made 8 of their first 10 shots. Knippel from the corner. Oh, Trey Mann snuck around Larsson. Well, Trey Mann with 4 early points in this game. Scored 9 nights ago, and he struggled against the Heat on 3 of 15 shooting. Davion around the Ware screen, gets it back to the big fella who connects with that long left-handed scoop.
Yeah, using that offhand. He's got great skill and touch with that left hand. On the move is where you want him to be.
Let's see on James again. Averaging 9 points per game as a rookie. 3rd among rooks in field goal percentage, and 2nd in the NBA in 3-point percentage. Powell, oh, he got all the way in. He parked the shot blocker under the rim where he could do no damage, and Powell gets his 11th point of the first quarter. 10-point Heat lead, a long one. Man missed it, and from behind, Ware took away the rebound. 6:40 left in the first. Davion. Kaboom! It's raining 3s in downtown Miami. 6 for their first 8. 29 points in the first quarter. We still have 6.5 minutes left.
Pushing pace just in a tremendous way, Miami. And Charlotte out of position on their heels as Miami moves that ball in their bodies.
Trey Mann out of the corner connects for 3. 7 points for Mann. By the way, John, all 5 Heat starters have tripled at least once in this well-balanced first quarter. Heat ahead by 10. Davion tries again. This one's short. And the rebound of Miles Bridges. This is Mann. Full head of steam. Only Ware to defend, and he scores again.
Yeah, K. Ware worried about picking up a cheap foul there, but he's got to take up space earlier, force Mann into a contested shot further from the basket.
9 points for Trey Mann. That's Wiggins doing his work off glass.
That is just so fundamental. Hard shoulder pound to the middle and then turnaround jumper off the glass.
Oh, what a deflection and takeaway by Davion, and a stroll in the park for the Heat's 33rd point of the quarter. It's incredible. The Heat are 13 of 16 from the field to start this game.
That's just great defensive activity again, forcing a turnover and allowed to get out there with an easy lay-in.
Mann on a pull-up. Oh, he can't miss right now. Trey Mann with 11 points in just 6 minutes of work. 10-point Heat lead. Hornets in man-to-man. Powell crossing over on Sion James and erased by the rookie Ryan Kalkbrenner. It's his 20th block shot of the season. Man again, and he draws a foul, number 1 on Pelle Larsson.
He is in a great offensive rhythm right now. Trey Mann keeping the Hornets in this game single-handedly. He's got 11 points on 4 of 6 shooting. He'll go back to the line here for 2 more shots. He's got to meet him further out. He is catching the ball on the move with a head of steam going to the basket. Got to pick him up sooner. Love to see him get picked up on the other side of half court, deny him when possible. He's in too good a rhythm right now.
Trey Mann is originally from Gainesville, Florida. Was first team All-SEC for the Gators as a sophomore. In his first 2+ years with the Thunder, his last 2.5 years with the Hornets. Hey folks, tonight's deal of the game is a really nice looking item. The Heat Retro Tee, originally $29.99, can be yours for $15. Get a look at it and you can scan that QR code and purchase it. Sion James comes out for Charlotte. Liam McNeely, the rookie from Connecticut, comes in for the Heat. Jaime Jaquez Jr. in for the first time tonight. He'll try to add something to it, as he usually does. Despite the incredible shooting for the Heat, it's only an 8-point lead. Powell for 3. In and out. Rebound comes down to Moussa Diabate, the 4th-year big man out of Michigan. He goes 6'10". Knipple losing the ball to Nikola Jovic. And here comes the gang in red. Jovic went coast to coast, but couldn't finish. An 8-point Heat lead. A near turnover. It is a turnover. Knipple stepped out of bounds. Pat Connaughton will come on for the first time tonight. The 11-year veteran out of Notre Dame. He'll replace Trey Mann. And KJ Simpson, the 2nd-year man from Colorado, replaces Con Knipple. For the Heat, Drew Smith checks in, replaces Davion Mitchell. Mitchell sits with 7 points, 3 first-quarter assists. Drew Smith, a very solid number 2 point guard on the club this year. Oh, almost a turnover. Larsson against McNeely. Nice work by Pelle. 7 points for Larsson. Miami with a 35-point pool.
Excuse me. He just picks his spots really well, finding gaps. Good cutter off the ball, making that 3 more and more.
No, Heat with another takeaway. Charlotte with 5 first-quarter turnovers. Jaquez. Now Powell. This is Larsson. Driving on McNeely. And the rebound to the rookie out of Connecticut. He was a late first-round pick. 29th pick in the 30-team first round. 30-pick first round, and McNeely draws the foul here. Heat are over the limit with their 5th team foul. And that's going to go on Jaquez, his first of the game. The John, starting well is imperative for Miami. They're the highest scoring first quarter team in the league. Going back to the Charlotte game, here's their last several first quarters. 37 against Charlotte, 31 against San Antonio, 36 against the Lakers, 32 points against the Clippers, 33 against the Nuggets, and already 35 points on the board tonight with 3.5 minutes left.
Yeah, I really love how hard they come out of the gate. Again, still number 1 team in the association through 8 games in pace. They really push the tempo on both ends of the floor, and they're doing it in a way that their offense is just humming along.
Nice work by Miles Bridges, the 8-year vet from Michigan State. His first score tonight. He is averaging over 21 a game. Jovic finishes.
There you go. Love when he goes hard right. More effective finishing there with an overhand shot, just sort of playing more of a power game instead to his left sometimes. Always seems to go underhand there and not as efficient finishing with that left hand.
Under 3 minutes left, first quarter, in and out of the hands of Pat Connaughton, taken by Jovic. Turnover number 6 on Charlotte. Jaquez right at Diabate. Overshot it, ball gets knocked out of bounds by Pat Connaughton. And Charlotte is going to take a timeout. I don't think they're going to challenge, but we'll keep our eye on that. The Heat pouring it on offensively. most pleasant surprises early in the season for the Heat. They're emerging in improved offense, and the third-year start for Jaime Jaquez Jr. Toyota Trend. There's where he ranks up top with the Heat, number 3 in points, rebounds, and assists. That tells you about his impact. How about in the league? Got the 4th most paint points and the 4th in layups made, behind Giannis Antetokounmpo, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, and Jaylen Brown. They're the only 3 with more layups made than him. Speaks volumes about the in-the-paint game that Jaquez has, but don't want to transfer that from him to the Heat. The 34.5 points per game in the first quarter is the highest first quarter output in the league this season. As Jaquez scores again, John, they've had 30-plus points in 8 of their last 9 first quarters and in 6 straight first quarters. The Heat defense gets the offense the ball right back.
Drew Smith so good on the inbounds denial. And this bench brigade just tremendous out there. Number 2 in the association at 49 points a game, but they do more than score. They can defend and create turnovers just like we saw there.
9 points off 7 Charlotte turnovers already, and Jaquez triples. Jaime Jaquez Jr. becomes the 6th different Heat player to triple here in the first quarter. It's a 42-point first quarter. Remember, the Heat scored 44 in the first at Memphis when they finished that game with 146 points. Well, it's a 3-point party here in the Heat's house.
Quick ball reversal here as Fontecchio comes flying off the screen. It leaves space. They're playing Jaquez Jr. drive there. McNeely late on the closeout, and that allows him to set his feet and get a good look. And it was a confident stroke. Really so happy for him that he's getting into that kind of rhythm offensively again after a second year that was tough for Jaime, where he was out of sync. You know, started questioning his attack ability, lost some confidence, which is very normal in the NBA, as players will come up and down at times depending on their minutes and their shots and how things are going out there. And he has just worked so hard in the summer and come out and been a huge lift for Miami here in his 3rd season.
Well, he had a very good first-team all-rookie season 3 years ago, and he averaged 12 points per game, played in 75 games. Last year he was under 9 points per game, and it was as if the league caught up to his hard-driving game. His perimeter shot was not an asset to him last year, but, John, he is mixed and matched so well. His driving is great, the footwork better, and the decision-making may be right on top.
Yeah, and I think the way the Heat are playing now with the front 3 ball movement and more space really helps his game. He's leading the team with drives to the basket at almost 13 a game because he's got more room to operate within this system.
Minute 43 left in the quarter. Fontecchio, the 7th different Heat player to triple in this first quarter. 45 points for the Heat, their highest scoring quarter of the season. And their 3rd 40-plus point quarter of the season. A block shot with a minute 25 left in a quarter you just don't want to see end. 45-31 Heat. Heat shooting 64%. Again, it's a kaboomathon.
Drew Smith this time from the comfy corner.
8 different Heat players have tripled in this incredible first quarter, a 48-point quarter for Miami. It's got to be one of the highest scoring quarters in the history of the franchise. Maybe it is. Simpson on the turnaround, Fontecchio on the rebound. Under a minute left in this 48-point first quarter. Delicious. Wiggins! 10 triples in the first quarter for Miami. 10 of 15 shooting. John, wake me up if I'm dreaming. A 51-point first quarter and a 20-point lead. Matter of fact, don't wake me up. On the turnaround, Connaughton gets his first score. Just a remarkable offensive performance by Miami this season and this quarter.
Just a barrage. Just great spacing, though, and ball movement. I mean, really keeping the Hornets off balance.
Drew Smith on the move against McNeely. Nice pass. Jovic puts it in. Can you imagine how good this team is on the offensive end? 53 points on 68% shooting. Simpson missed. Simpson goes out of bounds.
Drew Smith, just a winning play. Up and under, drawing two defenders to get Jovic that last layup.
2 seconds left. Ladies and gentlemen, we have just witnessed together the highest scoring quarter in the 38-year history of the Miami Heat. Bravo! 53 points on 68% shooting, 10 first quarter triples, 8 different players in that three-point splash party. 3 points, their highest scoring quarter ever. Let's go downstairs. Kelly Sacco with a special guest.
Thanks, Eric. Davion, 53-point first quarter. That's the highest in Heat history. What allowed you guys to get off to such a hot start?
Yeah, I think Coach reminded us that we played slow last game in Denver. So we just had a mindset to come in here and playing fast. Even when they score, we wanted to get out and get fast and just get wide open shots.
Outside of the offense, what else has jumped out to you?
I mean, honestly, I just think we're playing together. Everyone's sharing it. Everyone's getting touches. Everyone's kind of eating. I think defensively we got to do better. They shouldn't have 33 points, but we'll lock in.
Thanks for the time, Davion.
Thank you.
Back to you, Eric.
Thank you very much, Chris. Thank you very much, Kelly. Davion Mitchell, I love it. He goes to the defense during a 53-point outburst as Jovic turned and drew a foul as we open this second quarter.
Well, the Heat have played well on the defensive end. They forced 7 Charlotte turnovers. Been able to score 12 points off those turnovers. Miami, on the other hand, super efficient, 0 turnovers. Ball's moving, it's popping. I like what Davion said, and he's the point guard. Everyone's touching it. When everyone's touching it, everyone plays harder. There's just a great unselfishness that this group provides, and you see it transition from the starting group to that bench crew that comes in. It's a seamless scenario where it just, the flow of the game moves right to that second unit. They continue to play at a super high level.
Think about how many games we've all watched together over 38 seasons of Heat basketball. Never seen a quarter like that before. 55 points on 68% shooting, 10 of 15 from 3, 13 assists, not a single turnover. It was flawless, folks. Hope you enjoyed it. Knippel missing on the run. Rebound comes down to Pat Connaughton, who's given the Hornets a little life. John, they gave up 144 points to this Heat team 9 nights ago. I can't imagine what their head coach, Charles Lee, had to say to him in between quarters.
Palm right there by Andrew Wiggins.
First turnover of the night for the Heat.
Yeah, he got his hand underneath the ball there.
But by the way, weird thing about Charlotte this year, there are 3 wins, 5 losses. They have scored exactly how many points as they've allowed. They're giving up 120.4 a game. They're scoring 120.4. Connaughton missing the 3. Wiggins, both hands on the rebound.
I don't think there's any question that this team on the Charlotte side can score, but I don't think they have any ability to stop people. I mean, they're just defensively just miserable out there with what they're doing. I mean,
11 points for Wiggins. He's made all 3 of his triples. The Heat with 11 threes already in this game. A 58-35 lead. Biggest lead so far tonight. Underneath, Kalkbrenner finally missed one. The man who's shooting over 83%. Jaquez. Yes.
He goes so hard and yet has touch on the pull-up with the right-hand runner. Heat continuing to attack in waves. Jaquez Jr. with the driving kick to the three-point shooting Andrew Wiggins. And then hanging on with a little Euro step runner, it's Jaime Jaquez Jr.
Chance to meet a member of the Miami Heat through this very special ticket offer on November 12th when the Cleveland Cavaliers are here in the Heat's house. Scan that QR code, purchase your Heat Cavalier tickets right now. The Miami Heat with a 60-35 lead here in the first half. The Heat dancers entertaining the fans, the very happy fans here at the Kaseya Center. All kinds of offensive magic happening on this Pat Riley court. The 53 points scored by the Heat tonight in the first quarter. Not only their highest scoring quarter ever, the second highest scoring first quarter in NBA history. Bested only by the 55 points Golden State scored against Portland first quarter of an April 2023 game. That's a nice looking drive by the rookie Con Knippel. And he got fouled. Drew Smith will pick that one up. That's number 2 on Smith. First team foul of the quarter on Miami. And now, of course, John, there is the rest of the game to play, but just breathtaking offense so far in this game for Miami.
It really is. It's so impressive, and you're right. There's so much more basketball to play. You certainly can't take your foot off the pedal here, which is human nature, with the ability to play fast and shoot threes. A 20-point deficit can be made up so quickly.
The cutting and the carving, the cutting by the Heat defense, the carving up of a defenseless Hornets team.
They're just really
Oh, look at this. Wiggins with the steal and the runaway dunk. Miami just running away, 64-38.
Wiggins has been so good, too. Perfect 6 for 6 for him. He's got 15 points. He's coming off a 22-point game in Denver.
26-point lead, 3 minutes into the second quarter. McNeely and the rebound in Niko Jovic. This first NBA Cup game for the Heat been a doozy. Jaquez lost it. Only the second turnover and a half for Miami. Smith jumping out to defend Trey Mann. Now Jovic switches to him. Mann tries to take everything in. McNeely collides with Smith. That'll be Drew's 3rd foul. Miles Bridges is going to come back for Charlotte. He will replace Sion James. Davion Mitchell will sit down Drew Smith. Smith picking up 3 fouls in his 8 minutes. Fontecchio back in for the Heat as well. So it's Jaquez, Jovic, Fontecchio, Wiggins, and Mitchell. The Heat, with Ware out of the game, have gone to a smaller group. Small but feisty. McNeely. Oh, that's a deep one. Liam McNeely, the rookie from Connecticut, just his 3rd NBA triple. Jaquez missed it. Rebound down to Knippel. Heat ahead by 23. Collision out there in the backcourt. McNeely. And it comes down to Jovic. He beeline to the offensive end. Fontecchio missing the 3. Knippel in transition. Bridges underneath, puts it in with a left hand. Second score for Bridges.
Big Bridges. He takes up a lot of space. Physical player inside at 6'7", 230 pounds.
Wiggins for 3. And it's Knippel on the glass for them. Trey Mann. That was deep. Jaquez down with a rebound. The Hornets just 3 for their first 11 from downtown. Either 11 of 18. Jaquez against man for the cutting Jovic. Mitchell saved that in the corner. Fontecchio. And it comes down to Knippel.
Nico's got to, he caught that ball on the way to the rim. He's 6'10". He's got to take that one up strong instead of throwing it back out like that. That is a good look for that big man.
The cutter was Kalkbrenner. Ball got knocked out of bounds by Miami as Eric Spoelstra's going to send Khalil Ware, Pelle Larsson, and Norman Powell back in. And the coach can feel the game changing a little bit. So he's going back to 3 members of his first group.
Yeah, I like it. I like how he's keeping guys fresh, too. This pace will wear you down, and he wants to keep the pressure on right now. Particularly get Norman Powell back out there, who's been so good on the offensive end with 11 points already.
We have 64 points on 64% shooting. We still have over 7 minutes left here in the second quarter. He was a 53-point first. Man, he had to put some air under that to get it over the top of Khalil Ware. Been a good night so far for Trey Mann. He's got 15 points.
Oh, no.
Oh, the takeaway by Knippel. Here he comes. And he gets fouled by Davion Mitchell. That'll be the second on Mitchell. And the 3rd team foul in the quarter on Miami. That's a long game in the NBA, and you just cannot rely on an early start, as Powell had that kick off his heel, and Knippel goes the other way.
Went off Knippel's foot first, then hit Powell on his foot. Kind of a strange occurrence there. And either way, it allows Knippel to get out in transition. He's an excellent shooter and free throw shooter.
John, the Hornets won only 19 games last year, 9th year in a row without a spot in the playoffs. They did have a good draft. Knippel in the lottery, and Kalkbrenner and Sion James in the second round. McNeely late in the first round. 4 rookies, all impacting Charlotte this year.
Yeah, those guys are really talented young guys, and if they can continue to develop positive habits and play the right way, which is not easy on a team has struggled. And again, this Charlotte team, as a franchise, they have the longest stretch of not making it to the playoffs. It's been 9 years. And boy, they last won their playoff series back in like 2001. That's a long time ago.
2002, actually. John, Charlotte, we talk about the length of these NBA games. You got to keep your foot on that pedal. 9 straight points for the Hornets now. Mitchell finding Larson for a corner 3. So the air ball for Larson, and the Heat are cooling off after the scorching start. The nipple lobbing, and that's Kalkbrenner on the receiving end, and that's 11 unanswered points for Charlotte and a Miami Heat timeout. The pendulum swinging in this NBA Cup game between Miami and Charlotte. That rook can finish.
Center, where the Heat lead the Hornets by 15 with 6:16 left in the first half. Getting you set for Heat halftime, presented by your South Florida Chevy dealers. Alongside the coach Ron Rothstein, I am Kelly Sackler. The story of this game has been the historic 53 points scored in the first quarter. But coach, as he told me moments ago, this is a 48-minute game.
It is. 16-11 second quarter, Charlotte. They've cut it down to 15. The momentum is sort of changing. When you play at the pace we play, you have so many possessions, things can happen real quickly.
Heat looking to get that momentum back in their direction. John, Eric, back to you.
Always good to see those two, Kelly Sacco and the coach Ron Rothstein, as Powell missed it. And the game is changing. The Hornets have scored the last 11 points. The nipple on the pull-up and knockdown. This is a brand new feeling. The Hornets were down by 26 3.5 minutes ago. They've scored 13 unanswered points. So it's 64-52, a manageable 12-point deficit, and a miss by Powell. And quickly a game can change. John Knippel into the corner, Miles Bridges. Yeah, dig in all over again. Trey Mann with 10 on the shot clock, a wing jumper. That's an air ball, and Larson reels it in. Norman Powell driving on Bridges, who commits his first foul. For the Hornets, that's their 3rd team foul of the quarter.
They're calling that on the ground, which is a strange scenario, saying that Norman Powell wasn't gathered. Wow, that's a tough call. Looked like he picked up the ball and was on his way trying to get to a right-hand runner there. It'll be side out Miami. They are not going to give Norman 2 shots there.
Fontecchio out, Jaime Jaquez Jr. in. There's actually 14 unanswered points now for Charlotte, a 12-point Heat lead. Powell on the move, and everything that was dropping earlier is now ricocheting out. Bridges, baseline drive. Con Knippel for 3. And Ware pursues it until he won that battle. Nice work for Khalil Ware. Yellow Larson against Trey Mann. Just under 5 minutes left in this half. Good movement without the ball by Powell, but then he stepped out of bounds. So 4 Heat turnovers, all of them in this quarter. Heat had a 64-38 lead at the 9:20 mark of this quarter. Charlotte with 14 unanswered points. The Heat have gone over 4 minutes without a score. Bridges getting the screen from Diabate. Against Ware, the spin and the score. Quick, compact move for Bridges, who now has 6 points. That is 16 unanswered points by Charlotte. Khalil missing the through.
And right now, the Heat need to focus that offense. That's a tough shot early in the clock by Khalil Ware. He is open, but when you're not scoring and you're in this kind of drought, you got to get the ball into your best shot maker's hands, and that's Norman Powell out there.
Ware blocked the shot by Con Knippel. So Khalil Ware's now gone 5 straight games with a block shot.
Here's another great sub here, trying to get in another guy who brings offensive firepower, and Andrew Wiggins. Knippel going right at him, trying to go up and under and draw a foul, but just getting smothered right there. And good job straight up and down, not breaking the plane there and picking up a cheap foul by Khalil.
Wiggins in, Larson out, and this shot comes down to the Hornets' Liam McNeil. 4 minutes left in the second quarter. 10-point lead for the Heat. 16 straight points for Charlotte. Diabate underneath. He puts it in plus a foul. And Erik Spoelstra beside himself right now. He's going to take another timeout. It's 18 unanswered points for the Hornets in this wild seesaw NBA Cup first half. Download the FanDuel Sports Network app right now. Well, the Heat have gone over 5 minutes without a score. The Hornets, John, with 18 consecutive points.
I give them a lot of credit. This young team's scrapping. They haven't given up, and they've been able to change the flow. They've made some hustle plays, but they've been able to get the ball down on the deck and find open gaps to the rim and out on the perimeter to make some shots here in this second quarter. They've outscored Miami 23-11 right now, and the momentum clearly on their side. Coach Spo trying to plug the dike right now, putting Andrew Wiggins back in to have him out there with Norman Powell in this group to the final just under 4 minutes of the quarter.
That's their first missed free throw of the night after making their first 12. 18 straight points for Charlotte. What was a 26-point lead is now down to 8. Mitchell gets it back from Khalil. 6 on the shot clock. Powell to the paint. Denied by Diabate. Taken back by Jaquez, who clips in the hook. Talk about a much-needed score for Miami. Ends the 18-0 Charlotte run. First score in almost 6 minutes for the Heat. Knippel comes right back. The Heat triples twice in this quarter. He's got 13 points. He is 2 of 5 from downtown. 7-point lead, Khalil underneath. Did not get a whistle for a foul.
How did they not get a whistle on that? He just totally got into his body there.
Oh, Norman Powell limping off to the Heat bench. Niko Jovic comes in for him.
Hard take here by Norman. Looks like he tweaked that right ankle and foot there. But excellent effort here by Jaime Jaquez Jr. getting to that right hand finish right in the gut.
Well, to say the least, it has been an eventful first 2 quarters here on Pat Riley Court at the Kaseya Center. A 53-point first quarter for the Heat as Charlotte come back in the second. Knippel again. He's a dead-eye shooter, this 20-year-old from Milwaukee. He doesn't turn 21 until August. A bright young star on the rise is Con Knippel.
He's got great form on his shot, too. Anytime he catches it, his legs are bent. He's ready to shoot. He gets it up quick. And watch that form if you're a young player. He really shoots it well. Great wrist extension and follow through.
Tre Mann triples. Man, this game has changed dramatically. Con Knippel with 16 points. Tre Mann has 18. We got ourselves a 1-point game. Hard to believe. 2:10 left in the first half. Jaquez from the top. An amazing 27-2 run for Charlotte. Really an astounding first 2 quarters. The Heat in the first, the Hornets in the second. Tre Mann from the elbow. Rebound tip by Jovic toward Wiggins. Ball will go back to Miami. Heat had a 64-38 lead with 8:39 left in the second quarter, up by 26. And ever since then, the floodgates open for Charlotte. 27-2 is their run. Miami made 21 of their first 31 shots in the first quarter. They are 5 for 18 in this quarter. He'd have been outscored in this period 32-17. 32-13.
That's a great one-on-one defensive play there. Miles Bridges goes straight up and down to make that block. Heat plenty of time here in the front court, but getting caught more in one-on-one type attacks versus that swing, drive into the paint kick type offensive action that we've seen consistently.
So Larson in for the injured Powell, and he draws a quick foul on Trey Mann. And on Mann, that's going to be number 3.
He just absolutely bulldogged Trey Mann. Pelle Larsson using that physicality to get inside so he could catch that inbound pass and draw the foul.
So Larson will go to the free throw line. The Heat have only been to the stripe twice in this game, a total of 3 free throws prior to these 2 by Larson. Let's pause for a word from Direct Kia.
Take advantage of a pricito now on all of your favorite new Kia models. Like a new Kia K5, Sportage, Sorento, Soul, and more.
Larson makes them both. 9 points for Pella. Well, the Heat came in without Bam Adebayo. Now an injury to Norman Powell. How much can one team take? 20 left here in the second quarter. Bridges against Mitchell. Mann with 6 on the shot clock. And a double clutch at 3. That's great defense by Mitchell. Diabate underneath. Moussa Diabate doing some nice work inside for his first score. He already has 5 rebounds.
Yeah, Miami getting worked on the glass, 26-15 right now, plus 11 for the Hornets.
That's not good. The lead was 26. It's twice been whittled to 1. Right now it's at 3. Under a minute left in the first half. Mann against Mitchell. Put on the brakes. Knipple puts up the 3. Oh my! Bridges almost tore the roof down. So Bridges with 8 points. They continue to pound the glass. It's a 1-point Heat lead with 25 seconds left in the half. Wiggins loses the ball to Trey Mann. Mann blocked by Jaquez. How do you like that one? Wiggins driving in, finding Jovic, who flips it home. Nikola Jovic with the score. He's got 6 points. Miami up by 3. Bridges misses the 3, and so ends a wild first half. Miami scored 53 points in the first quarter. They get outscored in the second, 36-19. For a while, was a runaway. Now, it's a barn burner, a shootout in this NBA Cup battle in Miami between the Miami Heat and the Charlotte Hornets.
To Go Lounge. Students, listen up. The Miami Heat Charitable Fund is offering high school seniors the chance to earn $10,000 in college scholarship funds. Applications for the Heat Scholarship Fund are available online at heat.com/scholarships. The deadline to apply is Saturday, January 17th. From the beautiful Rooms to Go Lounge, I'm Jeremy Taché. Now let's send it back to the broadcast.
A 72-point first half for Miami. Yeah, that would be better than a bucket full of popcorn. But the way the game changed, a little bit troubling to those out there in Heat Nation. Halfway through here at the Kaseya Center. Welcome back to the Heat's house. Eric Reed with John Crotty. Great to be back at home. Great to be back with all of you. We witnessed the best quarter offensively in Heat history, a 53-point first quarter. John, they had a 26-point lead a few minutes into the second quarter. Charlotte scores the next 18 points and finishes the half on a 31-6 run.
Incredible swing. The momentum was amazing. I mean, Miami got off to such a good start in that first quarter, setting historical records as for a franchise. 58% shooting, knocked down 10 threes in that first quarter alone. The ball was moving, it was popping, everyone contributing. All 5 starters had 5 or more points. I mean, it was just great offensive balance and looked like they were going to run away with it. But as we've seen the last few years with the three-point shooting, the momentum can shift so quickly, and it did. 36-19. The Hornets outscore Miami in that second quarter. They poured it on with 5 threes. Miami had 5 turnovers, only 1 for the Hornets in that second quarter. And boy, did the Hornets come storming right back to make this a tight game.
And remember, the Heat did not have a turnover in the first quarter. Charlotte had 7 turnovers in the first quarter. Now, Norman Powell sprained his right ankle in the second quarter, came out, was listed as questionable to return. Question answered. He's starting the second half for Miami. So it's Powell, Mitchell, Ware, Wiggins, and Larson. Knippel lobbing it for Kalkbrenner, stumbled out of bounds and tried to save it off Larson, but he had already stepped out. A brand new game, John, a 3-point lead as we start the second half. First NBA Cup game for both the Heat and the Hornets. The Hornets at 3-5, the Heat at 4-4. Wiggins, oh, he got there but missed. And the rebound of Bridges. He got a rebound better. They've been outboarded by 10 so far. Trey Mann back to Bridges. They're without LaMelo Ball and Colin Sexton tonight. They're starting backcourt, both sitting with injuries. The miss by Mann, the rebound to Mitchell. See if he could recapture some momentum. Larson couldn't hit it. Well, the Heat were 10 of 15 from 3 in the first quarter. They are just 1 for their last 8 from 3 now. Mitchell tried to get around the screen. Mann beat him to it. Mitchell gets back into the play, comes up with a steal. Never gave in. Powell connects.
So glad he is out there. He was questionable to come back after tweaking that ankle a bit. Good to have the veteran back there finishing on the break with that layup.
5-point Heat lead. Minute 20 into the third quarter. Mitchell just ride the hip of Trey Mann. Bridges short from 3, gets his own rebound back. Bridges with 7 rebounds. Tom Knippel. And that time Pelle Larsson ends the defensive possession with the rebound. Wiggins against Trey Mann. Turns baseline. Gets it inside to Ware, which was a very alert play when he saw the big 7-footer Ryan Kalkbrenner closing out on him.
Heat defense coming out with the right tone here in the third quarter. Look at the convergence on the ball there. Davion Mitchell leading the charge here, 3-on-1. Allows the pitch ahead and the ultimate layup there by Norman Powell.
Norman Powell has 13 points. For the season, he's averaging 23 a game. They have to sit Trey Mann. He just picked up his 4th foul. KG Simpson comes in. Mann goes to the bench with a team-leading 18 points for Charlotte. That's a game high.
Yeah,
18.
That really hurts them, though. I mean, he has been in a good offensive rhythm for them and their top scorer.
Norman Powell earning a trip to the free throw line with a nice looking pump fake. Colin Knippel picks up his 2nd foul. Now, the Hornets won 2 of their first 3 games, a 19-point win against Brooklyn, a 26-point win at Washington. But things have been tough since then. They've lost 4 of their last 5. Let's pause for a message from FPL.
At FPL, we plan for storm season all year long, training teams to act at a moment's notice. FPL, working for you every single day.
The Heat hit 10 triples in the first quarter of this game. That ties a franchise record. Is the 3rd time in Heat history that Miami's tripled 10 times in a single quarter. It happened in 2019 against Cleveland in the second quarter, and in 2013 at Philadelphia in the third quarter. Great nuggets from our statistician John Shimchuk, who does a marvelous job. On Knippel on a pull-up. Comes down to Kalkbrenner. Sion James missing the 3, and there's Khalil Ware, who's been quiet tonight. Has 5 points and 3 rebounds. He's starting tonight in place of the injured Bam Adebayo. Cross-court Wiggins starts his drive on Bridges. Oh, the block shot. Kalkbrenner. Ware missing on the dunk. He with a 7-point lead, 9:20 left. What's becoming a very hard-fought game. A.J. Simpson on the handoff. Sion James, a rookie who played last year at Duke, and that lob was over the top of the 7'1" Ryan Kalkbrenner, who is a big-time college player at Creighton. He was the 4-time Big East Defensive Player of the Year. Spent 5 seasons with the Creighton Blue Jays.
Yeah, missed time there because they had the opening lob there. He just overthrew him. Heat fortunate. Wasn't an easy 2 points for Charlotte.
7-point Heat lead. 3 minutes into the third quarter. Powell for 3. Not there. And the rebound of Bridges. It was raining threes in the first quarter. It's been a little dry for the Heat from downtown since. A lot dry. That's Knippel. And he continues to rip the cords up here in Miami. He's got 19 points. He's 4 of 9 from 3. Down the other end, that won't count. An offensive foul on Bella Larson. Well, Larson picks up his second foul.
Larson going hard, but tried to get to the Euro step. It wound up knocking down the defender, James, there. And this will be a challenge by Coach Eric Spoelstra here. This will be a timeout. When we come back, we'll see what the conclusion is.
Challenged by Eric Spoelstra. They called it an offensive foul on Pella Larson. John, have you seen enough to form your opinion?
It's hard. I mean, he's on the move. I think he was trying to get back to that Euro step. The thing that makes it tough to me is the defender is backpedaling and he turns his body. To me, it really should have been a no call.
Well, I like that, John.
Unfortunately, they have to make some call here based upon the challenge.
Couple finals in. Orlando beat Boston 123 to 110. Franz Wagner at 27.
After review, it has been determined that the defender is in the dribbler's place, in his path. However, the dribbler does not go through his space. So the call on the floor of an offensive foul has actually been overturned to a no call. The basket by Miami counts. It'll be Charlotte ball on the baseline. The challenge is successful. Miami has 1 challenge remaining. We're taking the foul away and making this a no call.
Perfect. Wow, that worked out great for Miami. So the no call actually, to me, is a call because it's undoing the charge. But the basket counts most importantly, and it is a really nice challenge by Coach Spoelstra. They'll retain their challenge, and Miami gets the 2 points. Good news, E.
Yeah, that's good news. By the way, the other final score tonight, Cleveland with a 148-114 win at Washington. Cavaliers made 23s, had 7 double-figure scores, and the Wizards fall to 1-8. Ron Knippel had that rubbed out by Khalil Weir at the end. A foul on the shot as well. The Hornets are lobbying for a goaltend on Khalil Weir.
The trail official pointed up, meaning the shot was on the way up when it was blocked, so I don't think they're going to get that call. But the reality is it does hit the backboard there.
Davion Mitchell with his 3rd foul. Con Knippel will settle for the 2 shots. He had a big first half, Knippel, with 16 points. He's averaging 15 again. His season high as a rookie, 24 points against the Utah Jazz.
That's such great form, though. I mean, he really does. Great base. Shooting is so much of it's with your legs, your lift, and your timing with your legs being so strong and important. He's got great form to finish with the hands.
Nice finish right there for Davion Mitchell. Mitchell, 9 points, 4 assists, no turnovers. He with a 6-point lead.
Yeah, a bit of a probing dribble there, able to get inside D-Mitch.
Simpson Jr. lobbing, and there he is again. Ryan Kalkbrenner throwing it down. 8 points on 4 of 5 shooting for the big man.
Khalil Weir has to be more disciplined. He's helping off Kalkbrenner too much, and that's allowing that lob action.
Weir tipping the miss, loose ball. Simpson saves it in, and the Hornets scrapping. Sion James, oh, that will not play well on that Heat bench. Sion James taking a loose ball and converting. It's a 2-point game. Heat on top. Larson lobbing for Ware. Misses again inside. 2 for 7 for Khalil. Don Knippel against Pelle Larsson with just over 7 minutes left in the third quarter. Nice pick from Kalkbrenner. And Knippel sneaking inside of Ware. The rebound to the big man, he couldn't hold on. Larsson down the middle.
The ball is sticking though. It's not moving like we saw in the first quarter. There's a nice drive and kick. But Heat just too much pass, hold, trying to go one-on-one versus that nice fluid movement we saw earlier in this game.
Bridges down the other end, got fouled by Larsson. John, the Heat went 10 of 15 from 3 in the first quarter. In some ways could become intoxicating. They're 1 for 10 since from 3.
Yeah, I think to me it's less about the shot making and more about the spacing and the ball movement. The shots obviously fell for Miami. They got great looks, but they got those quality looks because of the way they were moving the ball, the way they were spacing the floor, making the Hornets constantly a step behind, allowing the shooter to have a lot more space without a hand in his face. They've been able to get back. To their credit, they've been able to set the defense, and Miami has not responded with that same ball movement that we saw that was just so fluid in that first quarter.
It has not been a good night for Khalil Ware, making the start tonight. His 6th start after a couple games off the bench. Ware tonight, 5 points, 4 rebounds, 2 of 8 shooting. But Bridges with a dozen. The first time we have been tied right now at 80 apiece. 6:35 remaining in the third quarter. Larsson. Corner, Jovic. Just not crisp. 4 on the shot clock for Powell. Gets to the paint and finishes.
Great one-on-one action there. Norman Powell having to do it with the short clock, getting to that left hand.
Powell has 17. Miami ahead 82-80. There's over 6 minutes left in the third quarter. Bridges with the left, missed. Diabate on the glass, gets fouled. John, this is the second game in a row the Heat have been pummeled on the glass. They got out-rebounded in Denver by 23. It was 21-5 on the offensive board. Tonight, they've been out-rebounded by 15.
It's a real concern. And look, this isn't Denver, which has got a big, strong front line with Jokic and Aaron Gordon in particular, so athletic. This is a group that's nowhere near as accomplished. No Bam, and that's a problem. Miami doesn't have the same depth in the front court. They need Khalil Ware to play better than he is, and they're looking short-handed and not as strong on that front line, being able to block out now. Plus 15 rebound advantage for the Charlotte Hornets right now.
The Hornets are a good rebounding team. They rank 5th in the league in rebound margin. They're out rebounding teams by 7.5 boards a game. So it's in their personality, but it's underscoring what's become a very vulnerable area for Miami. So it's 82 apiece with 6 minutes left in the third quarter. Davion Mitchell working against KJ Simpson. Jaquez down the Jaime Highway, and he will go to the stripe for 2 shots.
Good straight line drive by Jaime. And what I mean by that is he just took it right on the angle, straight to the basket there, and really forced the defense to have to step in front. Miles Bridges was late getting there, and that creates the foul. 2 shots for Jaime. Need more of that kind of driving after solid ball movement on the perimeter. A couple passes, then some straight line drives, getting into that paint.
Jaquez went 8 for 8 from the free throw line 9 nights ago against Charlotte. These are his first free throws of this game. Miami's been out attempted tonight from the stripe, 19-8. Jaquez gets the second, so Jaquez with 10 points. Miami with a 1-point lead. This is a roll up your sleeves, blue collar, hard hat game. After the Heat had a 26-point lead in the second quarter after a 53-point first quarter. Simpson missed it. Larson tracks it down and gets fouled by Moussa Diabate. Be his first foul.
Good contest by Jaquez, and that ball's 50-50. Anyone can go get it. And Pelle Larsson just going right after it. Gets chopped in the rib cage there by Diabate.
5.5 minutes left here in the third quarter. 1-point Heat lead. Second meeting in the last 9 nights between these two clubs, who will meet again twice in March in Charlotte. Nico rejected, but that's a goaltend on Bridges.
Good hard move, and again, it's a theme that I think is so important, and that's Jovic playing to that 6'10" size. Hornets switch and put a smaller player with Simpson Jr. on him. He backs him down, steps through, and is able to create 2 points for Miami. Need more of that from him, playing at a higher level, at a taller height, making the defense pay if they switch off.
Jovic, the 16th player to reach double figures. He has 10 points. His third double-figure game of the season. Powell with the steal on Bridges, who steals it back, and then Jovic with the loose ball. 3-on-1 break. Jaquez for Larson, and he popped it in. 13 for Larson. Timeout for the Hornets with a 5-point lead belonging to Miami. It's a dogfight in this NBA Cup battle in Miami.
It's a hot potato. Good sharing of the basketball. Larson, the final recipient, put Miami up by 5 with just under 5 minutes to go.
And 2 wild cards, one from each conference, go to the knockout round. This is the first Cup game for Miami. You take a look at the Cup schedule for the Heat. The next Cup game is at Madison Square Garden in New York, not far from now at the end of the week, then at Chicago, and home against Milwaukee. The Heat's Group C in the East, the Knicks, the Bucks, the Bulls, and Charlotte. The only Cup game so far in our group has been a Chicago win against the Knicks. Eric Reed, John Crotty, our outstanding crew from FanDuel Sports Network. We thank them, and we always enjoy sharing these basketball journeys with you out there in Heat Nation. If you're just joining us, a 53-point first quarter, the highest scoring quarter in Heat history, and the second highest scoring first quarter in NBA history. But the game evened out when Charlotte won on a 31-6 run to end the first half. It's been a battle royale since. Bridges, he went skating in, but he missed it. Larson comes away with a rebound. 4.5 minutes left, third quarter. He'd have the last 5 points, and Jaquez losing that ball. Tell you what, the way Diabate chased it made you believe.
How is that not off Charlotte? Oh, man, that is a tough call. Knocked right off, right out of Jaquez's hands.
The way Diabate chased it, it certainly looked like he believed Charlotte needed him to get that. Trey Mann back in the game with his 4 fouls. This is the rookie, Sion James. Driving on Jovic. Down man with 5 on the shot clock. McNeely, bumped by Norman Powell with 3.9 seconds left on the 24-second clock. Gives you an idea how competitive it is and how challenging it is, John, a 24-second segment of defense.
Yeah, it can feel like a long time, and you can play good for most of it and then have something like that happen. That foul will create another possession here side out for Charlotte, and they put the shot clock at 14.
First on Powell, 4th team foul in the quarter on Miami. Remember, 5 fouls, you put the other team in the bonus. 6 on the 24. Bridges. McNeely for 3. And it's taken down by Jaquez. Mitchell, a 3. Amazing, the 3s won't drop anymore. Jaquez keeps the possession alive with the offensive rebound. Lob in the post against Trey Mann. He goes to work. Blocked by Diabate. Moussa Diabate, underrated defender. Got 10 blocks this year. Sion James had a great look at it, but it's Jovic off and running with a rebound. 3:20 left in the third. Here comes Norman. Stormin' Norman finding his way for the scoop. Sore right ankle and all. He has 19 points, and the Heat have scored the last 7. Diabate with the offensive board. Jaquez slapping that one into the seats. Jaime Jaquez Jr. with his first block shot of the season.
Norman Powell streaking in, up and under move too to get around the shot blocker Bridges, using that left hand with a little touch. Powell now with 19 points to lead Miami, and Jaquez Jr. helping down, making sure Diabate gets nothing easy.
Bridges had a double clutch. He's going to draw a foul there on the Heat defender, which is Pelle Larsson. That'll be his 3rd foul. You know, from feast to famine, the Heat went 10 of 15 in the first quarter from 3. They've made 1 3 in their last 16 attempts since. Now Bridges will go to the stripe on Larsson's 3rd foul. Hornets are 18 and 19 at the stripe tonight. Let's pause for a quick word from Hyundai.
Sick car, man.
Can I charge my phone? Can I get the Wi-Fi, please?
Let's put it in sport mode.
Loaded with features for everyone. How it should be. The Hyundai Elantra.
Hornets have shot their free throws well, 20 out of 21. Miami only 9 free throw attempts in the game. It's a 5-point Heat lead. Drew Smith just came on. Drew Smith replacing Davion Mitchell. Jaquez with Fontecchio, Smith, Jovic, and Larsson. Jovic got stripped. Ball knocked out of bounds by Sion James. There is 11 seconds left on the shot clock. You know, in the Heat's 4 wins this year, they've averaged 131 points a game with 16 made threes. That's what they average in their 4 victories. It's going to be a foul from behind. A McNeely takedown. If it was wrestling, give him 2 points. But it ain't wrestling, John. He gets a foul.
Larsson working hard, and there gets the inside. And McNeely really has to pull him down, or it's a short 2 points with Pelle catching it. Good work by the second-year player there. He's so physical. 15 points now, 6 of 9 shooting, 4 rebounds, but he brings such an energy and a passion to the game, and looks like we may have a challenge.
The play is under review for a potential away from the play foul.
Possible away from the play foul, meaning the ball hadn't been inbounded, which would mean Miami would get possession after a free throw. So this could work out favorably for Miami, whether or not the ball made it in. When did the foul take place? Ooh, and it looks like to me it took place before the ball was potentially inbounded. Interesting. It looks like he's pulling him down before that ball's thrown, which would result in away from the play foul. Pelle Larsson would shoot 1 free throw and the Heat would get possession.
Crowdy, you're red hot tonight. The only thing you're missing is that tight-fitting shirt and the whistle around you.
After review, it has been determined that the illegal contact occurs prior to the release of the throw-in. That makes this an away from the play foul. It'll be 1 shot for Miami, and it'll be their ball back at the point of interruption with 14 on the shot clock. Anybody can shoot the free throw.
I like that, James Williams. He is in his 16th year as an NBA official. The crew chief tonight, man who has officiated in 82 playoff games. So McNeely with a costly foul in a close 5-point game.
And anybody can shoot this. Let's see what happens here. If I'm Pelle Larsson, I'm saying, come on, guys, I earned it. But looks like they're going to put Fontecchio out there as the free throw shooter just due to his 9 for 11 start of the season at the charity stripe.
Fontecchio, a career 82% free throw shooter. He makes it. 4 points tonight for Simone. Now the Heat keep possession with a 6-point lead. Andrew Wiggins comes back for the Heat. He will replace Pelle Larsson. Larsson was under the weather, was questionable earlier in the day, got upgraded to available. 16 points in his 23 minutes on 6 of 9 shooting. That's more than available. 2:46 left in the 3rd quarter. Jaquez against Bridges. Got him deep, sends it out. Fontecchio! Oh, he just pulled his way to the basket.
Really good drive and kick action, though, with better spacing, and that allows him to break through there for more room to operate. Fontecchio taking advantage.
Biggest lead of the second half for Miami. Bridges against Wiggins. Now man fakes the three, finds James, who misses the three. Oh, McNeely over the top of Drew Smith. Reset for Charlotte, man to the basket. Those second chance points will hurt you. 20 points for Trey Mann. That's his high scoring game of the season. He had 18 in their last outing. A loss, a disappointing loss at New Orleans. That's a driving score for Drew Smith. 5 points for Smith. 8-point lead again for Miami.
Got a 3-ball and now a quick drive here for Drew Smith.
Cross court for Sion James. Now man, zigzag against Jovic, who blocked the shot out of bounds. Heat with their fourth shot block of the game. They already have 8 steals as well.
Good straight up and down contest there by Jovic. Then at the last minute, once the ball's in the air, then he makes the block.
We've seen Jaquez get his first block of the year for Jovic's second block of the season. Part of this 12-4 run for Miami here late in the third quarter. 4 on the shot clock. Oh, Drew Smith knocked it free. Jaquez comes up with a steal. 14 Hornets turnover. Lob into Jovic. Nice kick out for Smith. And he's going to be called for a 3-second violation underneath. Nico was parked in there. Didn't feed the meter. McNeely out. Bridges out for Charlotte. Connaughton and Knippel are back in. Nico with Smith, Jovic, Wiggins, Fontecchio, and Jaquez. 8-point Heat lead. He's trying to stay unbeaten at home. You know, 2 home games is the fewest in the NBA this year prior to tonight. Knippel missed it. Jovic swats it out. Wiggins couldn't hold on. Connaughton. Now man, the angle 3, kicks out to Connaughton. Pat Connaughton, former longtime member of the Bucks, and that's going to be a walk on Sion James. Well, a 15 Charlotte turnover.
Yeah, you're right, though. This rebounding is just something really concerning. 42-26, advantage plus 16 for Charlotte. And you worry about giving up those second chance opportunities. 18 points to 6, advantage for Charlotte.
And the block shot on the Jaquez layup. Charlotte already has 16 offensive rebounds tonight. Diabate has 5 of them. That's been a very vulnerable thing for the Heat tonight and several times through the early part of this season. 20 seconds left, third quarter. Man, against Smith. Nice move. In and out, and there's the 6th offensive rebound of the game for Moussa Diabate. A modest point total, but a big impact with the rebounding of Diabate. He's got 9 rebounds in his 16 minutes. 6-point Heat lead. Jaquez pump faking short as the third quarter comes to a close. Heat outscores Charlotte by 3 in the quarter. They lead by 6 as we head to the fourth quarter. Cruise line. 94-88 Miami through 3 quarters in what has been a wild game. The Heat with a 53-point first quarter, a 26-point lead early in the second, and now a fight to the finish. Eric Reed and John Crotty high above courtside, enjoying the game with Heat Nation, who has filled Kaseya Center again, and all of you out there enjoying this game with us. Heat will open the fourth quarter with Drew Smith, Jaime Jaquez Jr., Simone Fontecchio, Andrew Wiggins, and Khalil Ware. Hornets with Mann, Knippel, James, Kalkbrenner, and Connaughton. Let's see what happens here in the fourth quarter. Charlotte in the zone defense on this possession. Ware on the hook, way off. Khalil Ware, struggling offensively tonight, has made just 2 of his 9 shots. starting in place of the injured Bam Adebayo. That's Knipple, and Ware got the block. It's his second block of the game. Drew Smith's pass somehow got to Fontecchio. Back to Smith. The runner in the lane, an air ball. So we stay a 6-point lead. First minute of fourth quarter action here in Miami. Heat shooting 51%, the Hornets at 40%. Miami with 11 triples. Unfortunately, 10 came in the first quarter, only one since in their last 16 attempts. That's an offensive foul. Knipple, a moving screen that got Drew Smith, but it's the third foul on Knipple.
Drew Smith moving well, has to try to fight over the top in order to draw that foul. Side out Miami here.
Knipple has 21 points for Charlotte. Trey Mann has 20. Leading scorer for the Heat, Norman Powell with 19. Wiggins on the turnaround. That's good. Andrew Wiggins. It's the first points of the second half after a 15-point first half.
Really comfortable turnaround there. Got his feet set, able to get to that fadeaway. 17 points now overall for Wiggs.
8-point lead. We're in the fourth quarter. That's Connaughton. Air ball out of the corner. Kalkbrenner rolls it in.
And he is everywhere with where that ball falls down. Kalkbrenner continues to be doing just a great job for them around the basket with putbacks and defensive rebounds.
He's got 10 points on 5 for 6 shooting. Fontecchio lofts it up and in. Simone with 7 points. 98-90 Miami. 10 minutes to play. Been a good one. Trey Mann. Now Knipple and Mann playing pitch and catch. Shot clock at 5. Deflection. Knipple into the backcourt. Shot clock at 2. Why'd he try to scare us?
That was close. Rimming out there. Whew.
The 20-year-old Knipple, a 5-star recruit who had one excellent season at Duke. ACC Tournament MVP, an ACC championship, and a Summer League championship with Charlotte. Fontecchio foul, shooting a 3 by Connaughton. Connaughton's second foul, and let's make sure they ruled it a 3. I believe it was, which would give Fontecchio 3 free throws.
Let's check the feed,
yes.
Yeah. Gets it down. Here comes Connaughton, getting right into the hands, a bit into the body, into Fontecchio as well, who's 3 for 5. He's got 7 points, but will go to the line here with 3 free throws. We mentioned earlier he's Miami's best free throw shooter out there too, doing a nice job finishing at that charity stripe. Allow Miami to kind of reset their defense too here, match up appropriately.
John, he's been the Heat's best three-point shooter this year. 22 threes on 51%. He has at least 1 triple in all 9 games. Now the Heat's last 2 losses. Coincidentally, Fontecchio struggled, making just 4 of 17 shots in the loss to the Lakers and the loss to the Nuggets. And Simone been very steady off the Heat bench, giving him 12 points a game. He's got 10 tonight. 6 double-figure scorers for the Heat. A 101-90 lead for the Heat, their biggest lead of the second half. Ware got the block. And it will go to the Heat. Khalil Ware, he struggled offensively, John, but he's shot block hunting on the defensive end.
Good timing here without overcommitting and able to snuff that Trey Mann opportunity, getting to the right hand.
Officially, that's his second block of the game. Smith.
Get it up, Drew.
Powers it up, missed it. Rebound in traffic to Trey Mann.
It's a good take, though. He's too close to the basket at that point to try to pass it inside. Had to get it up and give it a chance.
Sion James soaring and scoring for Charlotte.
Oof, that's just too easy.
10 points for him.
Low by.
4th double-figure game as a rookie.
Low by on the baseline and no rotation.
Drew Smith for the cutting Fontecchio, and Kalkbrenner derailed the dunk. He's a game-changing defender. Knipple, a triple. 24 for him. Knipple with his 5th tray of the game cuts the Heat lead to 6. Miami takes a timeout. NBA Cup battle been very competitive. Fontecchio denied. The Hornets are still alive here in the Heat's house. Drive for less, drive to RAV. By Carnival Cruise Line. Score big on vacation with Carnival. And by Vicky Bakery, your favorite bakery since 1972. And from your favorite bakery to your favorite Heat big man, Bam Adebayo, missing his first game of the season, a sprained big toe on his left foot, but very much engaged and involved with his team and in the game. A good one, 8.5 minutes left. Heat ahead, 101-95.
I love seeing the captain over there trying to give some direction.
Jaquez backing in the big man. The Heat attacked the zone that time aggressively. 12 points for Jaquez, an 8-point lead for the Heat with 8:15 to play.
Good strong take by Jaquez too, using that left shoulder battering ram with the right hand hook.
52 points in the paint for Miami. Bridges bullying his way to the paint. Ware with his third block of the game. His first 3-block game of the season. The 6th of his career.
Well timed, short clock here too. On a spot with 5 seconds. Heat need to lock in here. Watch Knipple coming off a screen.
Jaquez liked it. Shot clock at 5. KJ Simpson, oh, that was a long 5 seconds. 3 on the shot clock. Kalkbrenner. And the long rebound sails over the head, out of bounds, Heat ball. Well, the Heat went 10 of 15 from 3 in the first quarter. They are 1 for 16 since. Jaquez, Smith, Fontecchio, Wiggins, and Ware on the floor for the Heat. Wiggins using Ware's screen. Got an advantage. The defense, John, of Ryan Kalkbrenner again changed the shot for Wiggins. He's an impactful young defender. There he is. Crashing into Drew Smith. That's an offensive foul.
Ouch.
John Drew Smith, a take charge guy for Miami.
That's a big time charge there. Gutsy move by Drew Smith, stepping in front of the 7-foot, 260-pound Kalkbrenner. Boom. That is going to hurt tomorrow, and that's a big man there on the move. Gutsy move, that's part of the Heat culture. Some of the toughness right there, and Drew Smith embodying it right there on that play.
So I'll take the hit for my team. Jaquez against James. The jump hook drops for Jaime.
Boy, he is taking over right here midway through this fourth. He needed some sort of point man to attack, and he is just bruising inside with that left shoulder right hand touch shot back to back for Jaime, this time going right at James, who's 6'6", 220, so similar in size, but no back down from Jaquez.
Drew Smith just picked up his 4th foul. He will go to the bench. Davion Mitchell checks back in. 7:06 remaining in the fourth quarter. The Heat with a 10-point lead, and on the inbounds, Jaquez called for the push. That's his second, and the Heat's second of the quarter.
They're going to review this for away from the play. Foul as well, potentially on Jaquez, as the ball inbounded again before he fouls. Or after he fouls.
Plays in review for potential away from the play foul.
James Williams and his crew will get on the headsets, look at it, maybe confer with the replay center in Secaucus, New Jersey.
When is the foul here? Does it happen before or after the ball's released?
I think we got a shot at this one.
That one's close. Depends on, we're not hearing when the whistle's blown either,
but then again, once they get to the review, it doesn't matter when they blew the whistle.
When the foul's called. Yeah, when the foul's called. Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Could they say, hey, it happened earlier than
Yes.
when the whistle's blown? Yeah, that's a good interpretation. But typically, you would call it. It would be when the whistle's blown is when the foul is. So that's your basis going into it.
Now for Charlotte tonight, Con Knippel with 24 points is tied his
After
career
review, it
high.
has been determined that the defender makes illegal after the ball had released by the throw-in. Therefore, this is a foul. We're going to go back to the original time, 7:06. The ball was not touched prior to the foul. It'll be Charlotte ball side out.
I got that one right. Good news. Well, the Heat will hold on to their 10-point lead with 7:05 left here in the fourth quarter. Side out for Charlotte. By the way, Knippel with those 24 points. Third game already as a rookie with 5 triples. He's a keeper, the number 4 pick in last June's draft, and he's a young 20 years old. Trey Mann turns the corner. Gets it back from Bridges. And missed the shot. That was pretty rugged defense by Hawkins. So up 10 with the ball. Jaime against Sion James. One-on-one. Davion. Blocked by Kalkbrenner. Kalel. Open.
Boy,
One for their last 17 from
Kalkbrenner wide, or I should say way under the basket. We're wide open there for that 3 too. If he can make a few of those, it'll force that big man to get out from under the rim.
4 blocks, by the way, for the rookie Kalkbrenner. 4 blocks. Fontecchio for Kalel. He did get that one to drop.
Woo! That was a crazy pass by Fontecchio. Thought he might have thrown it up too high, but Ware went up and was able to guide that one in. Important bucket for Miami in transition.
Their biggest lead of the second half right now. They're up a dozen with under 6 minutes left. Bridges fouled by Fontecchio. Simone picks up his first foul for the Heat. Their 3rd team foul. Let's take a look at it again. You know what this is, don't you? Our Vicky Bakery fantastic play.
Well done, well called. It's tasty like a flan right there. Look at that there. Look at Bam. That was nice eating alone, Bam, one of your sweaters, by the way. That muscle sweater he's got on.
That putback was as soft as flan. Norman Powell back in, Fontecchio to the bench. And Wiggins out as well. Pelle Larsson. Bridges collecting the free throw. He's got 14 points and 11 rebounds with 7 assists. Pretty nice stat line for Miles Bridges, the Flint, Michigan native. Played for Tom Izzo at Michigan State. Here's Norman Powell. Way off on that one. The rebound of Sion James. We've still got 5.5 minutes left. It's a 10-point Heat lead. Knippel. He's got a new rookie career high with 26 points.
He's not just a 3-point shooter. The more I watch him play, quick catch and go move, gets on top of the basket, showing some athleticism and some burst.
The Jaime Highway, open, wide open. Oh, the Red Sea parted, and Jaime Jaquez Jr. throwing it down with velocity.
Wow. James looked like he stepped in a pothole in the Jaime Jaquez highway right here on this snap. Oh no. And upstairs, take it, Jaime. Crushing it around Kalkbrenner. That's just a great crossover crush. And Jaquez Jr. getting his crowd on its feet.
If you missed that first quarter, demand a replay. A 53-point quarter for the Heat, their largest quarter ever. But the Hornets came roaring back. They outscored the Heat 36-19 in that second quarter. They ended the half on a 31-6 run. Wiggins has led a balanced group of Heat scorers. Got 5 minutes left in the game. The Heat are ahead by 10. Now it's time to try to finish this thing. Knippel, miss it. Rebound, batted into the air, comes down to Norman Powell. That's Powell, Larsson, Mitchell, Ware, and Jaquez for the Heat. Pelle on the spin. 18 points for Larsson.
He has stepped up in a big way. Love his attack mode off the dribble, too. Great timing getting to that spin over the shot blocker, Diabate.
That's a career high 18 points for Pelle Larsson. He had 2 17-point games earlier this season. Larson had 17 in the first matchup with Charlotte, 17 in the game at LA against the Lakers.
He's a 6'9" shot blocker, and he's able to deliver that shoulder and get to the spin move, which allows him some space and momentum to get that ball up and over the shot blocker there. Pelle Larsson helping give Miami that 12-point lead.
Matches their largest lead of the second half. Comes with 4.5 minutes left. Brenner sits down. He's got 10 points, 5 rebounds, and he's tied his season high with 4 blocks for the third time. Zion James sets up Diabate, 3 on the shot clock, and he hits the hook. He's not bad, that fourth-year man from Michigan, averaging 10 points and 7 rebounds a game. Tonight he's got 10 with 9 rebounds and 6 offensive rebounds. 10-point Heat lead. Not out of the woods yet. Jaime missed it on the move. Diabate with another board. That's his 10th rebound. He had 7 double-doubles last year. That is his 3rd double-double this season. So the Hornets down by 10 have the ball. Bridges off the crossover. Ware went hunting for the shot block. Jaquez winds up with his 6th rebound of the game.
That's the challenge. If you're going to go for the shot block, the rim's open. You need to drop back in and rebound.
Down the highway again for Jaime. Some potholes on that highway for the defense, but smooth driving for Jaime Jaquez Jr. He's got 18. The Heat ahead by 12.
Here it is again. Beautiful between the leg to change direction and get into that right-hand runner with touch. Jaquez Jr. just grinding down the Hornets right now with those hard paint attacks.
Surprisingly good Portland Trailblazers. They've had some very impressive victories. They're already in Miami, fresh off their stunning win over the previously unbeaten defending champion Oklahoma City Thunder. Got the game for you tomorrow. It tips at 8. Heat live at 7:30. You can come to the Heat's house, or you can just kick back, enjoy it in your house. And don't forget to tune into our Heat Live pregame show. It's presented by Xfinity. Denny, Avdia, and the Trailblazers. John, they're 5-3. Look at who they've already beaten. Golden State, the Lakers, the Nuggets, and the Thunder. They got Drew Holiday and Avdia leading the way. Don Knueppel continues to get it done. He's got 28 points, best game of his rookie season. Meanwhile, for the Heat, Jaquez has 8 fourth-quarter points. Powell for Kalel, put it up softly, gets it back. Does not go in for it. 3 for 12 shooting tonight for Kalel. 7 points, 6 boards, season high 3 blocks. And with under 3 minutes left, Heat ahead by 10. Trey Mann missed the mid-range jump shot. Rebound to Jaquez. That's his 7th rebound.
Yeah, he's really come up with some important rebounds here, particularly in the fourth quarter. He's got 7 assists, 7 boards, and 18 points. Very complete game played by Jaime.
John, I know we're early in the season. It's only the 9th game of the year, but Jaquez has the look of one of the league's most improved players.
Love it, and I totally agree. Playing with great confidence, leading this Heat bench to the tune of Coach Spoelstra leaving him out there to finish games.
Diabate got fouled on his attempted dunk by Davion Mitchell, but I want to go back to that last Norman Powell score. It gave him 21 points. John, he becomes the only Heat player all time to record 20-plus points in 5 of his first 6 games with the franchise. How's that for Norman Powell?
Wow, that's a auspicious beginning there for Norman. Very impressive.
Well, Mitchell's 4th foul as Diabate at the line. There's Norman, picked up in the offseason trade with the Clippers. 21 points tonight.
Getting to the left hand here. Got a block out. Anticipate another long rebound here by Diabate.
It is a long rebound, and Mitchell hustles to it. Davion, 9 points, 5 rebounds, 5 assists. 12-point Heat lead. Norman, blocked from behind by Diabate. That kid has great energy. Trey Mann, 3 in transition. Rebound of Norman Powell. Down to 1:45 left in the game. A 12-point Heat lead. Jaime sets up Powell, and he scores again.
Oh, so under control. Jaquez dropping that off on the cut to Powell there. And Powell, 2-foot jump stop. Not an easy shot. Really showed great touch to knock that one in.
Season high. 8 assists for Jaquez. Rebound to Jaquez.
There you go.
Look out. Wiggins with a throwdown. And the Heat in the driver's seat. Up by 16. Timeout. Hornets with 1:24 away from the finish line. Well, Miami with 119 points, 29 assists, 50% shooting, well balanced, 6 double-figure scores. John, it feels like they're winning the game multiple times tonight. They won it early with a 53-point first quarter. Charlotte comes all the way back, and the Heat had to dig deeper to win it again for real.
You know, it's so true when you hear the phrase, basketball is a game of runs, and never was that more demonstrated than in this game, which was dramatic in the runs in the first quarter by Miami, in the second quarter by Charlotte, and here in the fourth, Miami going on a important run to pull ahead and stay undefeated here in their home floor.
So an incredible 53-point first quarter for the Heat, then a 26-point lead in the second quarter that vanished, and now the finish. Before we do finish, here's a message from Morgan & Morgan.
I'm often asked, how'd you become the largest injury firm in the world? The answer is simple. We've won a lot. Injured? Call Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
Stay tuned right after our game finishes for our Heat Live postgame show presented by Verizon. Jax, Ron Rothstein, Amy Audibert, the whole crew will wrap up what we hope is the Heat's 5th win of the season. Miami trying to get to 5-4, trying to remain unbeaten at home, trying to get to 3-0 on the home floor. And after winning just 19 games in this building last year, winning at home like putting money in the bank. It feels good, right?
It does.
Don Knippel, impressive rookie, draws the foul. The Hornets will play their next 2 games at home. The Lakers on Monday, the Bucks on Wednesday. Heat play Portland tomorrow night at 8 o'clock. Then the Cleveland Cavaliers come to town for games Monday night and Wednesday night. Cavaliers made 20 triples, beat Washington tonight, 148-114. And I don't have to remind you what they did to the Heat in the first round of the playoffs last year. Miami will try to atone for that humbling on Monday and Wednesday night, but one step at a time. Heat players trying to get a win for themselves. They're trying to get a win for their coach. You know what he's been through over the last 24 hours. It's a 14-point Heat lead, 119-105. Jaime Jaquez Jr. And he was pushed, and now he hobbles out. Heat already without Bam Adebayo tonight with a toe injury. Norman Powell sprained his ankle in the second quarter, but powered through it, and now Jaquez gets a little bruised and battered. See if it's knee to knee here. Yeah. Ooh, the ankle roll.
Caught him on the inside of the left knee, too.
That ankle rolled, and he is limping off. You know, the game tomorrow night, that could be trouble. Minute 6 left, and Jaquez comes out with 18 points, 9 assists, and 8 rebounds. We got 1 minute left in the game. Powell spinning out of trouble. Look at Norman go to work. Norman Powell with a 25-point game. 121-105. McNeely triples. And McNeely with his second tray of the game. The rookie has 8 points. It's 121-108 Miami. It's the 6th game this year, 6 of their first 9, where the Heat have been at 120 or better in the point department. Wiggins, kaboom. Finishing touch. Andrew Wiggins puts the Heat ahead, 124-108. Wiggins with 22. He's got 4 of 6 from 3. Now Miami with a win tonight, will have beaten Charlotte 9 of the last 10 times overall and 9 of the last 10 times here at home. Miami's won 16 of the last 19 games against Charlotte. Larson all the way in for the bucket and the foul.
What a burst. Phil Larson, new career high. 20 points for him on a very efficient 8 for 11. Was in second gear and then accelerated to fourth quickly there and beats the shot blocker Diabate in one opportunity for Pella.
John, this is the start of a very important stretch early in the season for the Heat. Think about this as we frame the season so far. The Heat played 6 of their first 8 games on the road. Starting tonight, it's 10 of the next 13 at home. And it's important to take care of business on your home floor. The Heat did that tonight. They will go to 3-0 at home. And that does it. The Heat win it 126 to 108. Miami winds up shooting 52%. They get 6 double-figure scores, 3 with 20-plus. Powell had 25. Wiggins had 22. Larson had a career-high 20. And Jaime Jaquez Jr., the 18 points, the 9 assists, and the 8 rebounds. And that music, does it make you hungry or happy or both? When the Heat win, you win with Papa John's Pizza. Tonight, the Heat did beat Charlotte, so tomorrow you can get 50% off regular menu-priced items at papajohns.com or on the app. Just enter the promo code HEATWIN tomorrow and enjoy the savings. Well, Andrew Wiggins, a solid effort again. That'll earn him a trip to the winner's circle with our all-star, Kelly Sacco.
Thanks so much, Eric. Andrew, you guys score 53 points in the first quarter, but the Hornets make it a game. How would you sum this one up?
We're moving the ball, playing together, holding that pace, keeping it fast, and, playing Miami Heat basketball.
Where did you see momentum shift back in your direction in the fourth?
As soon as we started playing our game again, we kind of let it slip in that third. But as long as we play hard, play together, there's nothing we can't do as a team.
With this win, you guys remain perfect here at the Kaseya Center. Why is it important to establish that home court advantage early in the season?
This is our home. We got to protect it at all costs. We got to let everyone know whoever comes in here, it's not going to be easy. It's going to be a fight every game.
Andrew, before we let you go, 22 points for you. What has allowed you to find a rhythm offensively? My teammates, my coaches put me in position to, do what I can do best. And, just being out there and doing whatever I can to help the team win. Andrew, thanks so much for the time. Congratulations.
Thank you.
A big win for the Heat here tonight. They score 126 points against the Hornets to remain perfect. Keep it right here on FanDuel Sports Network. Eric and John will break down the victory when we return.
Max One Music.
пошла, обернулась, воротилась